My older sister got married this past weekend. It was a really joyful occasion. I was blessed and honored to be able to celebrate the wedding. It was a beautiful celebration for the whole family, all of our friends to gather, and just to see really the joy between her and her then fiance, now husband, as they came to this beautiful occasion. I was reminded again at this wedding of something St. Paul says in his letter to the Ephesians. He's talking about the relationship between husband and wives and really the love that they're called to show each other. But then suddenly at a certain point, he says, this is a great mystery, but I speak of Christ and his church. What's going on there? He switches suddenly from the relationship between husband and wife to the relationship between Christ and his church. And what he's telling us is that these two relationships have a lot of similarities. We can learn about one by looking at the other. So when we look at the relationship of a happily married couple, especially a newly married couple, it can teach us something about the relationship between God and his church. And to make that more concrete, the relationship between God and anyone who's incorporated into his church through baptism. So each one of you who are baptized. You look at a newly married couple, when I look at my now brother-in-law and sister, they enjoy spending time together. And it's true, anyone you love, you enjoy spending time with them, right? In the months leading up to marriage, they were inseparable. You know, if you knew where my sister was, you knew where her fiance was, and vice versa. It's the same way with God, right? He enjoys spending time with you. That's why in Jesus, he made himself so available in the Eucharist, at every Mass, in every tabernacle throughout the world. He enjoys spending time with you. And if we're really serious about that relationship, if we really love him, we're going to enjoy spending time with him. We're going to enjoy spending time, especially in his real presence in the Eucharist at Mass. Going to Mass won't be a burden, it'll be a joy, because we're going to be with the one we love. It also strikes me that newly married couples, they're willing to make sacrifices for each other. They're willing to put aside what they want for what the other wants. Jesus certainly does that. He makes the ultimate sacrifice for us on the cross. And he calls us to be willing to offer ourselves in response, to make a sacrifice, a gift of ourselves. It goes the other way too, right? When we look at God's relationship, Christ's relationship with the church, it teaches us a little bit about how husbands and wives are called to love each other. Called to love each other selflessly. Right? Always putting the other first, as Jesus does with the church. Called to love each other willingly and joyfully. Right? Finally, they're called to love each other faithfully. Right? The scriptures say, having loved his own, Jesus loved them to the end. Right? And it's the same in any marriage, right? That are called to love each other to the end. Right? In good times and bad, in sickness and in health. And in doing that, you become a witness of the selflessness, the joyfulness, and the faithfulness of Christ's love for others. So that when people see a married couple really living that love, they catch a glimpse of the love Christ has for them. And in that way, every married couple is called to be a witness, to be a joyful and faithful witness of the love Christ has for his church. My sister and Nick really bring out the best in each other. You know, you see them together and they just light up. They're, they complement each other well, and I really do believe that they bring out the best in each other. It's the same with our relationship with Jesus. Jesus brings out the best in us. And the more seriously we take that relationship, the more we enter into it, the more happy, joyful, and fulfilled we will be. God bless you all.